Drop it.
A hero firefighter who heard Princess Diana's final words has told how he thought he had saved her life by giving her CPR moments after her fatal Paris car crash. Xavier Gauer-Mellon, 50, said the princess was conscious and had her eyes open as he pulled her from a wrecked Mercedes, only to suffer a cardiac arrest as she was placed gently on a stretcher. He managed to resuscitate her and was convinced when her heart started beating again and her breathing resumed that she would survive. But he was horrified when told later that the 36-year-old princess had died at 4 a.m. in hospital despite surgeons' frantic efforts to revive her. Xavier, who spent 22 years as a Paris firefighter before returning to his native Brittany, has spoken in public of the crash only once before, in evidence to Diana's inquest in 2007. But he said he felt able to give his first newspaper interview 20 years on from the August 1997 horror as he is no longer with the fire service. Xavier said he initially had no idea he was treating the princess at the crash scene inside the Pont de l'Alma tunnel, close to the Mailer fire station, where he was duty officer. The dad of two said, "We were very close to there, and it took less than 3 minutes to reach it. My 10-man team was in 2 trucks and we were first to arrive. The car was in a mess, and we just dealt with it like any road accident. We got straight to work to see who needed help and who is alive." Diana said to me, "My God, what's happened?" The woman, who I later found out was Princess Diana, was on the floor in the back. She was moving very slightly, and I could see she was alive. I could see she had a slight injury to her right shoulder, but other than that, there was nothing significant. There was no blood on her at all. I held her hand and told her to be calm and keep still. I said I was there to help and reassured her. She said, "My God, what's happened?" I gave her some oxygen in my team, and I stayed by her side as she was taken out of the car. It was very quick, because we didn't have to cut any of the wreckage. But moments later the stricken princess stopped breathing. Xavier, now in charge of emergency services at Brest Airport, said, "We are all trained to give first aid, and I saw that she suffered a cardiac arrest and stopped breathing. I massaged her heart and a few seconds later she started breathing again." It was a relief, of course, because, as a first responder, you want to save lives, and that's what I thought I had done. To be honest, I thought she would live. As far as I knew when she was in the ambulance she was alive, and I expected her to live. But I found out later she had died in hospital. It was very upsetting. I know now that there were serious internal injuries, but the whole episode is still very much in my mind. And the memory of that night will stay with me forever. I had no idea then that it was Princess Diana. It was only when she had been put into the ambulance that one of the paramedics told me it was her. I was so shocked. I knew who she was, but don't follow British royalty closely. I went to the ambulance and looked in, and that's when I recognized her. Mum of 2 Diana died in the crash with lover Dodi Fade and driver Henry Paul. Bodyguard Trevor Rees-Jones survived and is now 49. Keen trail runner Xavier went on, "I can still picture it now in my mind. This is the first time I have spoken to the media. As a fireman you are part of the French military, so you are forbidden to talk. Now I have left the fire service. I felt it was okay. For me this was simply a banal traffic accident, one of many that emergency services have to deal with, and it was the usual causes, speed and a drunk driver. When I got to the car I could see the driver was already dead, and there was nothing that could be done for him. Mr. Fade was in the back, and in a bad condition. He had a cardiac arrest in the car, and when he was taken out he was declared dead by a paramedic. The bodyguard in the front was conscious, but he was trapped and had very severe facial injuries. He kept asking for the princess, saying, "Where is she? Where is she?" But my team told him to keep calm and not speak. I told him that none of my men spoke English, so it was better for him to keep still and not move. I told him not to worry, we were looking after everyone. After Diana was taken to the city's Petit-Salpêtrière hospital, Xavier returned to the nearby fire station, where he was working a double weekend shift.